I think the very first appearance you will have as a US customer, if you sit in the new Astra, the car feels tight. The seats are really protective. I mean, you sit in the seats and you're not sitting on top of the seats, so they hold you really nicely. You're not sliding sideways if you go around a bend, so you have a very different feel. It just feels like a sports shoe, which fits you just right. It's not tight, it's not too wide, it's just right. And it gives you immediately the right feeling of, hey, that car does perform. Then in the same time, the interior styling cues give you that feeling of, this car is made for that. I mean, the cluster area with the dials, they look like coming from a sports car inspired. So they give you again this feeling, so it all adds together. And as soon as you switch on the engine and get the thing rolling, you feel, hey, that is tight. So the overall performance or the overall excitement of the car is all coming down to the one point. It is very European, and I think that's something a US customer will feel immediately, within seconds, and I think that's something which is really striking.
I think the look of the new Astra is similar to the look of our new evolving portfolio in that it's a very dynamic look. It's a style that looks fast when it's sitting still. It's a very clean and elegant styling. It's got a very strong stance and planted look on the road. The wheels are pushed out to the edges of the vehicle. And it's very clean and refined looking, very elegant.
I think the most striking thing is with the new Astra, you have the feeling this car is not compromised. This car doesn't try to be everything and not meeting up expectations. This car tells you exactly what it does. And for that reason, I think it's very clear and straightforward. It's honest. It's very honest, very German design in a way, very European design. So it doesn't try to hide something and it doesn't try to be something which it is not. So the car is really honest. I think there's just one keyword, athletic. I mean, it's like to send somebody to gym. If he comes 3 months after out of gym, you know exactly what it is. There is nothing on his bones which is too much. I mean, the Astra is honed down to the minimum in order to do the performance. So it is sleek, it is lean, it shows performance, and all the surfacing, the line work is really straightforward. So the car says, I'm doing the performance. I'm athletic. That is the word. I think the strongest point of the new Astra is the proportion, the architecture. I mean, if you have the proportion right, you have to have not a fancy design on top of it. You don't have to cover anything, so you can go with a very straightforward, simple execution of design, and you have a very beautiful body later on. So the architecture, the proportion of the car is just right, but it looks very tight, it looks very sporty. So stance and proportion, that's what the car is delivering. And I think that is outstanding for North America.